So he was willing to give up this position, the prime ministerial candidate for the AFC, because he had a flu. The flu passed now, he ready to take the position. How can you have a man who can't bear no strain be part of the leadership of this country? How could you ever have that? Don't worry with the glossiness. I know good criminal lawyers, but Ramjatan and Trotman are criminal lawyers, and they're trained to lie. They tell their clients how to lie to get off. They're not trained in economics. They're not trained in managing anything. They're trained to lie. And so this is what they, forget the glossy brochures, forget the suits and everything else. This is serious business that we're talking about. And let me tell you, Greenwich came here last night and he said, this government ran up the debt. Look how high the debt is compared to 1964. Does this man have amnesia? Is he senile? How could he forget that he was minister in 1992? He gone back to compare the debt with 1964. In 1992, he had the biggest debt. Let me tell you what Greenwich said. I have it just here. In the last budget that Greenwich read to the parliament in February of 1992, before the same year they lost government, he said they were tackling one, high and rising levels of inflation. You know, at that time we had triple-digit inflation, wiping out people's income. The interest rates were 35%. You couldn't borrow to build a house, even if you had the land. Businessmen could not borrow. The second thing he said, extreme and damaging exchange rate volatility. The third, the loss of foreign exchange reserves. We have the highest level of reserve ever in our history now. A growing gap between the official and parallel market rates for foreign currency. You can walk into any bank now and buy as much as you want. And listen to the last one. Declining investment, production, and job opportunities. How could a man like Greenwich even come here to talk to people about what they left us? This is what they left us. This is what they left us. And he comes here, he came here last night with Debbie Backer, because Debbie Backer and her husband caused Globe Trust to fail. She and her husband, she talks about corruption. They took a big loan from the bank. Her husband was managing Globe Trust, and 3,000 depositors. The loan was bigger than 3,000 of the 3,800 depositors that they had in Globe Trust. You know how many poor people lost their money? It is this government that's trying to help them get back the money. And Debbie Backer comes here, along with a fossil Rupert Upnarain. He can bring nothing to the ticket. This is a man who betrayed Walter Rodney, who doesn't. And let me tell you, he's hoping to become prime ministerial candidate for APNU. They'll kick him out because he has no value. He brings no value to them too. So, comrades, that is why they showed so badly last night. They talk about debt and all of these things. These are shameless bunch of people who are so old that they forgot the past. There's nothing wrong with being old, but there's something wrong with being old and also being so shameless as to come and present yourself as new. That is wrong with these guys. So comrades, we have to be careful that we don't fall prey to them. Another reason that will keep the PNC alive is the Demerara wave, the Kiteshore News, the Starbuck News, the Prime News, all of them. Because they're hostile to us. Don't worry with the pedophile Sharma. We deal with him later. But keep your children far away from him. Let me tell you, at our rally in Kitty, the Demerara wave was busy as our rally was going on, posting that We had 7,000 people, 3,000, etc. Last night, I asked the guys, check if they posted how many people went to the PNC rally. There's not a single post from them or our wave. They were ashamed to post it because the numbers were so low that they know tonight that our numbers will be bigger in Linden than they had last night. So no matter how much help they get from them or our waves, the writing is clear. It is inevitable, another PPP civic victory. It's unstoppable. We were going to make Donald Ramotar the president of Guyana. Let me tell you, I gave them a cussing last week. And I didn't cuss the entire media. I cussed some of the vultures, the vex, I call them Karen Crows. So whole week they're writing up about me. I shouldn't have cussed them this way. They're going to write the UN. Actually, we said we'd write the UN because some of them spread racism. And we need to fight them if they spread the racism, the media houses. And they got some 2x2 journalists who call themselves objective. They're not objective. They are the worst elements in our society. Their job is to spread division. And hear what they said, that suddenly they're concerned about Jagdeo's legacy. That Jagdeo must leave, should become presidential. He's departing. All the time they're cussing me, they're not worried about my legacy. Now, they're worried about my legacy because they want to muzzle me. They can't muzzle me. They would never muzzle me. So tonight I'll come here and cuss them again because they're hostile to us. They're hostile. They're part of the opposition. Every day they spread lies about us. And they don't deserve any respect, some of these media houses. They will try to keep the PNC alive because it serves their interests. They will try to disappear all the signs of progress. Last night they said that it's drug money that is fueling progress in Guyana. And the Demerara Waves and all of the others, they carry this line. Well, let me tell you, everybody mentioned Amelia's ward. Let them go and tell every family in Amelia's ward and Block 22 that their money comes from drug dealers because they are making progress in this land too. Can they do that? Any sign of progress? So, comrades, we have to be careful. We know what we are confronting. These people will stop at no end to change, to reverse the gains we have made, to go back to the bad days when they spread racism. They come in communities and say to people, don't vote for the others. They will discriminate against you. Don't trust them because they're Indian or they're Afro-Guyanese. Our party has one message for the entire country. Not 5 messages like APNU and the AFC has. AFC will go to Berbice and say we are giving the people of Linden all kinds of help that we're not giving the Berbicians who are mainly Indians. And then they'll come here to Linden and say we're giving the Berbicians everything, that we're not giving you anything. This is the message, a message to try to divide our people again. Would we allow this to happen? Would we allow them to take the country back? Comrades, if we want to sustain this progress, we have to ensure that we remain united. We have to make sure that we are prepared to defend the gains we made. And trust me, it requires hard work to do this. We'll never allow them to kill our dreams, the dreams of Guyanese people. We never ever allow them to do that. Because our children matter too much. We want them to grow up in a country where people's skin color don't matter. We want them to be anything that they wish for.